Okay, today is something new to me and new to you, and it's new 2.0. And it's new to me because I did not throw the original hammer, not urethane. This is a completely blind comparison for what I'm gonna see because I have not thrown the first one, the blue NU. Now we have the gray NU 2.0. It's supposed to be a little bit more aggressive than the original, which I have no comparison to. But it's supposed to give you a little bit more hook, more control, a little bit more versatile than a urethane ball. So let's get on the lanes today. I'm going to throw it straight out of the box for one game, and then I'm going to hit it with 500, and we're going to see what it does on the lanes, and then maybe a little later we'll compare it to the baddest ball in the market. Oh, first shot out of the box? Okay. We are rolling on a little bit of a broken down house shot where me and Nate bowled on it. This is probably when most people would want to use this bowling ball. I don't see it being a ball that you need right out of the box on a fresh house shot. But if they do get broken down or if you bowl on high friction, so far the 4-9 trip, okay, I'm not complaining. Oh, I hung in that a little bit.
What are we doing?
What is going on? Okay, I'm saying this because I've been looking for a ball like this, if this is gonna fit the gap that it's supposed to based on what I'm reading. I loved the pitch purple. I know a lot of people did not like that ball. Mine cracked after like years and years and years. Didn't have a replacement. I've been needing a ball like that. Now, as great as the purple hammer is, it's just not as clean as I need it, which is what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to hook just as much, but be a little bit more clean and actually drive through the pins a little bit more like reactive. So far, based on those two shots, that's what it's giving. And this could be super versatile for me to fit that gap that I have so desperately needed in my arsenal when I need to throw urethane type shapes. Well, I got more around that. Okay, it does not like it when I get around it. That was way more around it, more speed, not as slow. And as you can see, it reacts like urethane. It doesn't hook, which is what's supposed to happen. Let's just try to go through it for fun.
All right, good spare.
Good spare?
Thought it was gonna bounce.
Okay, I actually liked what that did, so I know it's not gonna overhook. I'm going to move a little bit further right and try to adjust off of that and spin a little bit more and keep it in the friction longer. Yeah, there we go. That was a little bit slower, so I'm going to bump it up a little bit more, but that's what I think this ball will be better for.
Are you okay? No, I do not have my orange heel on.
What the heck?
Well, there's no fouls in action, so. What just happened?
I just saw my life flash between my eyes.
Between your eyes?
Yep.
Nice. Can't even speak.
And we're back. I'm traumatized right now. I'm not doing it again.
We're just going to give you the spare.
I'm not going for that spare again. Okay, moving a little left. Okay.
That's what happens when you drop in the right place.
I dropped it, rolled in, and still continued, which is what this ball's supposed to do with what it's intended to do. That made sense.
Sure.
It went straight, it didn't overhook, and I didn't 5-7-10. So.
Dropped it again?
I did it again. Oh my God. See, this is why we leave these in the video, because those were awful and had no business striking, and they still carried and struck. So, thumbs up.
Score update.
That was better. I sent it right. Okay, I threw it better, sent it right. Didn't quite get through it. I'm like battling in between the staying on top of it, where I was 9-pinning and trying to just give it a little shape, which is why we're going to test it out at 500 to see if it allows me to have both misses. 2 more frames out of the box, and then we'll see what this puppy can do at 500. That was better. Yeah, that's that sweet spot of still being in the oil long enough and getting it to the friction without having too steep of angles. Well, so far every time I throw it, like 8 out of 10, it's a strike. Can't complain about that. That was really good.
There you go, that was close.
Just wanted you guys to see how bad you could actually throw it and still strike. You're welcome. All right, so as you saw an array of like 6 different shots and they all struck. All right, let's hit it with 500, and probably gonna have to move like 5 boards left because it's already hooking a lot. But 219, not bad. With a 5-3 in the middle. And throwing it awful, so maybe the 500 will help me throw it better. Please don't be that person that forgets to wipe off their ball after they use Averlons. We don't want all that dust on the line. I'm going to adjust like 5 boards left just for this first shot, and then probably have to adjust a little bit back to the right because this first shot's going to hook a lot more than probably the shots after. I'm gonna try not to hit whatever spot I hit earlier. Yeah, there we go. Like 8 boards more down lane. This is when you can tell that it's supposed to be like urethane type reaction, is you see how bunched up the flare lines are. So it's not flaring a lot, which is the point. That is what urethane is supposed to do. Now obviously the purple hammer flares a lot, but that's the purple hammer.
It can flare a lot.
Yeah. It just became a whole new ball. That is hooking at least 3 boards more in the mid lane and then just taking off down lane. That's insane. Nate's doing me a solid right now and just giving me the spare so that way I don't have to. If you guys ever want to see me bowl again, I just
need to subscribe first.
Yeah, subscribe. Can't hit that again. I'll be done.
Yeah.
Okay, that one was the first one that I actually feel like I threw it better. I wasn't scared. Still hooked, but I think I'm in the right part of the lane now. That's more like what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I'm just trying to shim it kind of on top of the oil and see if the ball still gets through the pins, which it is.
Have you moved?
Yeah, I am 6 or 7 boards left to where I was when it was out of box, which is a huge difference. And as you saw, the first 2 hooked a lot. First 2-3 shots when you first put surface on are going to hook a crap ton. So especially if you like put surface on this and you didn't really throw it and then you need to throw it in the middle of competition, make sure you adjust for that extra hook when you first put surface on it. And so make sure you throw it in practice if you're gonna throw it later in the block, because you see the difference now. Yeah, now I can kind of slow hook it, which is kind of nice. Now it's looking a little bit more like the purple hammer, which I've heard is kind of a good ball. That one I missed a little bit and it still got through it, which those are the hits that you want, because typically a urethane hit for me especially, that would have been like a super, super flat 10. It's still continuing and going forward through the pins to help me with the pin action, which is what you need, especially with a urethane type of bowling ball. You need to get as many hits as possible when you're not super flush into the pocket. That one I hit a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna have a use for this ball. Like I said before, I was missing a piece of my bag like this. I'm really excited because if you were a fan of the pitch purple like I was, and I'm talking more of like the San Antonio pours, they're a little bit different. In Utah, if you were a fan of that ball, you need this ball. This ball is really close, and it does something similar. I need that to hold. See, that's when urethane is fun. When you just give it the good old yammer, thumb down, just need it to sit there in the oil and not 10 pin. We got a 5-bagger now, baby. I threw that one just a little bit faster. That's all I have to say. Oop. Okay, yeah. I want to hit a little bit more. What did they not see? What happened?
I tripped over my shoes.
And that's why you shouldn't leave them in the middle of the floor like you always do, and I trip over them.
You put them there.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's nice right there. Wow.
I'm glad nobody got to see the pins fall because you walked right in the way on both cameras.
They fell.
But they fell, and they're back up again.
Did you see the reaction of the ball? That's all that mattered.
Perfect.
We got 246 left on the board. And yes, I would have picked up all those spares, assuming I didn't go down the lane. Wow. Okay, still good. If my shots are still 9 and I need a ball like this where I just need something to blend the lane out but still continue down lane, yeah, this is good. Now let's see it against the purple hammer because I'm curious to see where they hook in the front part of the lane, because that's going to be the biggest difference for me. Is like when I'm throwing the purple hammer, it starts to read too early, where this is supposed to help with that, where you still need an active ball type reaction with that urethane miss room. Now, this baby's still in the market. You can still use it, especially if you don't bowl in the women's tour, which a lot of you, or the men's tour, but in general, urethane. This ball you can still use. So it's not banned.
And you can get it at nateandelise.com.
Right now?
Right now.
But let's show you how it compares to the NU 2.0. I'm excited.
Which you can pre-order that one at nateandelise.com.
Yeah, you can pre-order that one.
And you need a spare ball, you could order that at nateandelise.com.
So I'm going to stand in the same spot and see if it hooks more, hooks less, flat 10s. Let's give her a go and see.
And you can buy a whole arsenal at nateandelise.com.
Yeah, it hooked a little bit earlier. It went a little bit more forward quicker. Didn't throw that shot as good as I wanted to, so I'm going to throw another shot a little bit better before we throw the 2.0 again. That was better. Yeah, the purple hammer definitely gets into a forward roll quicker. I'm not gonna lie, if you're looking for a ball that's really close to the purple hammer, because you do bowl in tournaments that it is banned, I don't want to be the one to say this, but this is the closest thing that I've seen to the purple hammer without having the purple hammer. They did it. I think Hammer finally figured out a solution to the urethane ban. Again, not fully banned, but if you do bowl in events, or you just want a new ball that's not urethane, get it?
At nateandelise.com.
It's not urethane. This ball is something special. Okay, that went a little bit longer. Like I said, the purple hammer picked up a little bit sooner. All in all, as you've seen, we have a very similar core to the purple hammer and the NU 2.0, but you are going to get a cleaner reaction. So this is one of those where if you have the purple hammer and you start to lose reaction, you could go to the NU 2.0. Like I've stressed a little bit in this video, make sure you know the tournament that you're bowling in, what is allowed with all the urethane changes. Both of these are still legal. It's just certain tournaments allow them and some of them don't. So make sure you're up to date on those changes, but just remember that the NU 2.0 is allowed everywhere. So if you're bowling in tournaments where you need an option to go from the purple hammer, now you have it now with the NU 2.0, but if you need something that's similar to the purple hammer and that's one of your favorite balls and now you're bowling in tournaments that you can't use it, now they have replaced it where you have something that you can use the whole time. like and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next video.